Have you ever looked back at a moment in your life and whispered to yourself, "If only I knew then what I know now"? It's a quiet ache, the kind that settles in your chest when you realize the truth didn't come with a warning. No one told you what to expect. No one told you how it would feel to give your heart to a man who never planned to hold it gently. No one sat you down and said, "Here's how he'll act. Here's what to watch for. Here's what it really means when he pulls away after getting close." And so you walked in with your heart wide open, and he walked out without even looking back. Every woman learns this too late, the hidden rules, the quiet signs, the truth behind why he acts the way he does. You were told to love with your whole soul, to care deeply, to prove yourself worthy. But what you weren't told is this: the more you chase, the more he pulls away. The more you explain, the more he ignores. The more you bend, the more he breaks you. And suddenly, you're left holding pieces of yourself you don't even recognize anymore, wondering when your reflection became so unfamiliar. There's a quote that says, "What you allow is what will continue." And in love, it's the silence that screams the loudest. You kept waiting for him to see you, to appreciate you, to finally understand what he had. But now you're learning. His behavior wasn't about your worth. It was about his readiness, his ego, his desire for control without commitment. And that lesson, it's painful, but it's also powerful. Because once you stop looking for answers in his actions and start finding truth in your own reflection, something changes. Think of a woman standing in the rain, soaked to the bone, waiting for a man who said he'd come back. But he doesn't, and the rain keeps falling. She could cry, she could fall apart. But instead, she takes one slow step forward, then another. And soon, the rain doesn't feel like pain. It feels like a baptism, a rebirth. That woman is you. And this isn't your breakdown, this is your becoming. You were not made to beg. You were made to choose. You were not made to chase. You were made to rise. And now, dear woman, it's time to step out of the ache and into the knowing. You are not just a lover. You are a lesson, a force, a mirror that reveals truth, not fantasy. From this point on, you're no longer just learning, you're remembering who you are. And once that memory returns, once that crown starts to feel familiar again, the world around you shifts. Because a queen doesn't ask for love, she attracts it, not through chasing, but by standing still in her power. Welcome back, Queen. You were never broken. You were just waking up. If this message touched your heart, if it reminded you of truths you were never told but always felt deep down, then show some love. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, because we are here, working hard every single day to bring you the lessons no one else teaches. The kind that heal, the kind that open your eyes, the kind that remind you that you're not alone. You deserve guidance, you deserve clarity, and you deserve to rise with power. And we're building that space for you, one truth at a time. Number 1. He doesn't fall for the woman who gives him the most. He falls for the one who makes him feel the most. Have you ever poured your entire soul into a man, thinking that the more you gave, the more he would see your worth? You showed up with love, loyalty, patience, softness. You made time. You forgave what others would have walked away from. You gave him everything. And yet he still didn't choose you. He still drifted. He still acted like your love was replaceable. That's the part no one tells you. That's the truth women learn too late. A man doesn't fall for the woman who gives him the most. He falls for the one who makes him feel the most. You thought being good would be enough. You thought effort meant everything. But here's the raw truth. You can't work your way into a man's heart if he doesn't feel moved by your presence. A man falls for how you make him feel about himself when he's with you. He falls for the way your energy lingers, the way your silence speaks, the way your spirit lights something inside him. He falls for the experience of you, not the checklist you tried to complete. There's a quote that says, "The heart doesn't respond to effort, it responds to emotion." And you, beautiful woman, were trying to earn a place in his life by doing instead of simply being. That's the trap. That's the lie. You became the giver, the fixer, the one always holding space, and he became comfortable, unshaken, unbothered, until the day you stopped showing up, until the day he realized the warmth was gone. Imagine a beautiful candle, soft, glowing, warm. It doesn't beg anyone to stay near, but the moment it's gone, the room feels empty, cold. That was you. You were the light in his shadowed world, but he only saw it clearly once it disappeared. And now he's left staring at the dark, trying to replace the glow with something that doesn't burn the same. So here's what shifts. You stop overgiving and start radiating. You stop proving and start existing. You stop hoping and start attracting. Because queens don't convince a man to love them. Queens don't give endlessly just to be noticed. A queen stands in her power and lets the world adjust. Write this in the comments and claim it. I will never overgive to be chosen. Say it loud, queens. This is your reminder. You are not here to earn love. You are here to embody it. And if this truth shook your spirit, if it made you pause and finally see yourself, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are here, working hard, building a space that speaks to your soul and helps you rise. You were never too much. You were just offering yourself to the wrong man. Number 2. He'll keep pulling away until he realizes your silence says more than your words ever did. Have you ever noticed how quiet the world gets when you finally stop explaining yourself to a man who never listened in the first place? It's strange, isn't it? You poured your heart out. You gave him everything, words, truth, tears, patience, but none of it reached him. He nodded, he smiled, but deep down, he never really heard you. And now that you've gone silent, now he starts to feel the weight of what he ignored. This is the part no one tells you. This is the truth women learn too late. A man will keep pulling away while you keep trying harder. The more you chase, the more he runs. The more you talk, the more he tunes out. And then one day, something shifts. You stop talking. You stop waiting. You stop chasing. And your silence. It screams louder than every conversation you ever tried to have with him. There's a quote that says, "A lion does not turn around when a small dog barks." That's what silence does. It separates you from the noise, and suddenly he notices the peace you used to bring. It's missing. The warmth, gone. The softness he took for granted. Now it's a void. And he's left wondering why everything feels colder, emptier, heavier, even if she's still by his side. Think of a song that used to play every day. Soft, beautiful, familiar. At first, you stop hearing it. You get used to it. You forget it's even there. But the day that song stops playing, the silence is loud. That's you. You were always his melody. And now that you've gone quiet, now that your energy no longer fills the room, he hears the echo of your absence. This is the power of emotional detachment. It doesn't come from anger. It comes from awareness. You realized your worth didn't need to be proven. Your love wasn't something to fight over. And your energy, that was the gift. And now that you've reclaimed it, he's the one left fighting with silence. And silence never lies. And so, beautiful lady, let him feel it. Let him wonder. Let him sit in the space you used to fill and realize no one else brings that light. Because a woman who chooses peace over proving, silence over begging, that woman becomes unforgettable. Write this in the comments and claim it. My silence speaks louder than my pain. Say it, queens, Let it echo across this space. We are here, working hard to bring you the truth, the healing, and the fire you forgot you had. Because you were never made to explain yourself. You were made to reign. Number 3. He doesn't regret losing you when you cry. He regrets it when you shine without him. Have you ever noticed how he doesn't flinch when you cry? How he watches you break, listens to the trembling in your voice, and still walks away like nothing inside him moved? It's because your tears don't scare him. Your heartbreak doesn't register as a loss in his mind, at least not right away. He believes he has time. He thinks you'll wait. He thinks your pain means he still matters. But what he never expects is your glow-up. What shakes him to his core isn't your sadness, it's your shine. It's the moment you stop begging for his love and start building your own peace. It's when he sees you smiling again, not because of him, but without him. That's the moment he starts to question everything. Not when you cried, not when you begged, but when you rose, when your light returned, without his hand in it. There's a quote that says, "A flower does not think of competing with the one next to it. It just blooms." And when you bloom, when you start to glow with no attachment to him, he feels it like a cold slap of truth. Because now he knows. You never needed him to shine. He was just standing in the way of your light. Imagine a mirror. At first, he looks at it and sees someone who has control, someone who can come and go as he pleases. But then he returns to that mirror and finds it cracked, not broken, but reshaped. The reflection no longer shows a woman waiting for him. It shows a woman who has become untouchable. That's when the regret begins to hit, because he lost you. And now your happiness no longer includes him. That's the kind of pain he never saw coming. Beautiful woman, he thought your weakness was in your softness. He mistook your loyalty for dependence. But now he sees what happens when a woman heals, and no amount of apologies will bring back the version of you he once knew. Because the new you doesn't chase, she reigns. Write this in the comments and claim it. My glow is the revenge he never expected. Queens, drop this affirmation below and let him feel the power of your rise. We are working hard to bring you the truth, the healing, and the lessons that no one ever told you, but every queen deserves to know. Number 4. The more available you are, the less he values you. The more he has to reach, the more he wakes up. He won't say it out loud, but the moment you start making yourself too available, something inside him shifts. Not because you aren't worthy, not because you aren't enough, but because his nature responds not to what's easy, but to what feels earned. You text back right away. You cancel plans for him. You always say yes. And slowly, without realizing it, he stops valuing what's right in front of him. The truth most women learn far too late is this. When you overgive without boundaries, you end up shrinking your own worth in his eyes. There's a quote that says, "Too much presence leads to absence of value." And that is exactly what happens in many relationships. You didn't do anything wrong. You showed up. You gave. You loved hard. But he didn't have to work. He didn't have to reach. He didn't have to earn you. And when a man doesn't have to earn something, he treats it like it's replaceable, even when it's not. Imagine a diamond handed over casually. No box, no protection, no weight behind the gesture. It still holds value, but to the one receiving it, it feels like glass. Now picture that same diamond locked in a vault, placed in a velvet box, only revealed to those willing to show commitment, respect, and patience. Suddenly, it's priceless. Queen, you are that diamond. But when you make yourself too accessible, too available, too easy to reach, you're placing that diamond on a sidewalk and asking him to treasure it, You need to understand something deeply, something no one may have told you. The man who truly desires you will never be turned off by your standards. He will not be scared by your boundaries. In fact, the moment he sees that he has to reach for you, work for you, rise to meet you, that's when his respect awakens. That's when he sees your value, not just in how you love him, but in how you love yourself. So this is the shift. You stop making him the center of your time. You stop adjusting your light to make him comfortable. You lean back, you hold space, you let him step forward. And when you do, you'll notice something wild. He starts to chase, he starts to question, he starts to see you. Because the truth is, the more he has to reach, the more he wakes up. You don't need to overgive. You don't need to chase. You are not his convenience. You are his wake-up call. From now on, walk like you know you're not just any woman. You are the prize he won't get twice. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I will no longer lower my value to stay in reach. Let the world know you're done bending, done shrinking, done waiting for him to wake up on his own. And if this message opened your eyes, if it reminded you of the power you've been handing away, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are here, working every day to bring you the truth no one tells you, and the lessons that help you rise into the woman you were always meant to be. Number 5. He doesn't crave peace until chaos follows him into every room that doesn't have you in it. Have you ever noticed how quiet a room feels after you leave? Not the silence of peace, but the silence of something missing, that strange emptiness he didn't notice while you were there, now follows him everywhere. He didn't recognize your energy when it was right in front of him, but now it haunts him. He doesn't crave peace until chaos follows him into every room that doesn't have you in it. You were the calm in his storm. You were the pause in his madness. But he confused your peace for weakness. He thought your patience meant passivity. He mistook your understanding for obligation. And so he walked into louder rooms, rooms filled with noise but no meaning, attention but no depth, validation but no connection. And now he's restless, surrounded yet lonely, smiling yet empty, because peace isn't about silence, it's about presence. And your presence. That was the difference between stillness and static. A powerful quote says, "Sometimes you don't realize the value of peace until you live without it." That's where he is now, searching for comfort in people who only feed his ego, not his soul. Trying to recreate what he lost with louder laughs, faster thrills, easier love. But here's what he's learning too late. The woman who brought him peace is the one he treated like a placeholder. And now that she's gone, every room feels off balance. Every connection feels shallow. Every new moment reminds him of everything you were. Picture a man running from room to room, looking for a warm light. But each place he enters is colder than the last. Why? Because he left the fire behind. He thought it would always be there, burning for him. But a fire that's ignored long enough eventually goes out. And now, all he can do is feel the chill. Because peace doesn't wait to be missed. It moves forward with grace. And that's where you are now, beautiful lady. You've moved forward. You've learned the lesson most women learn too late. That a man who doesn't value your calm will keep chasing storms until he's exhausted. But you're no longer available to be his rest after destruction. You're no longer the pause in his chaos. You've become your own peace, your own light, your own home. Write this in the comments and claim it, queens. I am the peace he will never find again. Let it echo so loud that even the silence feels it. We are working hard to bring you the truth, the strength and the wisdom no one ever told you, but you always deserve to know. Number 6. He doesn't fear losing you until you stop needing him. Have you ever noticed how he only starts paying attention when you pull away? Not when you were giving, not when you were loving him with every inch of your soul, not when you stayed up late trying to fix things he didn't even care to acknowledge. It's only when you finally get tired, when you finally stop calling, when your heart stops reaching, that's when his mind starts spinning. Because here's the truth. No one ever told you. And yes, women learn this too late. He doesn't fear losing you until you stop needing him. He felt safe when you needed him. Your emotional attachment gave him the comfort of control. He knew you would answer. He knew you would forgive. He knew you would be there. But the moment you start detaching, the moment your energy no longer revolves around him, he starts to feel the shift. He might not say it out loud, but inside, panic. Because what he thought was forever access is now locked behind a door he doesn't have the key to anymore. There's a quote that says, "Detachment isn't about not caring, it's about taking back your power." And Queen, that is exactly what happens when you stop needing him. He doesn't know how to handle it. You were his comfort zone, the place he could run back to, the woman who always gave more than she received. But now you've become a mirror, one that shows him what it looks like to lose a woman who stopped needing his presence to feel whole. Think of a garden. You watered it every day. You protected it, fed it, nurtured it, but he just walked through it like it was nothing. Then one day, you stopped. You let the rain do the work. You stepped back, and suddenly, he noticed the flowers weren't blooming the same. The air didn't smell as sweet. The silence wasn't peaceful anymore, it was loud. That garden was you. And once you stopped giving, he realized what he'd been breathing in was love. Real love. Love he thought would never run out. Now, lovely woman, step into what he never expected. Your power, your peace, your presence without his validation. You're not the woman who waits anymore. You're the woman who walks. You are not begging, you are building. You are no longer trapped in a cycle of trying to prove your worth. You are rising. Write this in the comments and claim it. He lost power the moment I stopped needing him. Queens, let this be your truth. Let him wonder, let him feel the silence, let him miss the love he will never have again. We are here, working every day to bring you life-changing truths, because this is not just a video, this is your awakening. Number 7. He thought you'd always be the backup plan until you became the unreachable standard. Have you ever noticed how he kept you close, but never too close? Like you were just an option, an afterthought. He gave you just enough attention to keep you hoping. Just enough affection to keep you questioning. He never chose you, but he never fully let you go either, because in his mind, you were always going to be there. You were his safety net, his backup plan, the woman he could return to when life humbled him. What he didn't know, though, is that backup plans don't wait forever. What he didn't expect is that the day would come when the woman he underestimated would become the standard he could never reach again. There's a quote that says, "You don't lose a real one and find another. You learn that too late." And that's exactly where he is now, learning. While you were crying, he was comfortable. While you were loyal, he was distracted. While you waited, he wandered. He thought you'd never leave. He thought you'd always be the one holding space, hoping, forgiving. But here's the truth. No man truly values a woman until she stops needing him, until she goes silent, until she walks away and never looks back. Think of a rare painting in a hidden gallery. At first, it's just another picture hanging on the wall. But one day, a collector discovers it, takes it away, and suddenly the room feels empty. People begin to talk about what once was. They look at the blank wall and remember the masterpiece they never appreciated. That's you. You were there the whole time. But now that you're gone, now that you've been claimed by your own worth, he finally sees what he had and what he'll never touch again. You are no longer the backup. You are the unreachable, the woman who outgrew the shelf he placed you on, and when he scrolls through his phone, wondering if he should reach out, he'll stop, because deep down, he knows the version of you that waited no longer exists. This is the moment you stop shrinking. This is the moment you stop hoping he'll wake up. And this is the moment you become the standard, not the substitute. You're not a placeholder, queen. You are the prize, the crown, the one he thought would always wait, but now lives so far above his reach, he can only watch from below. Write this affirmation in the comments and claim it. I am no man's backup. I am the unreachable standard. Let the world hear you, queens. Let your power echo. And if this message reminded you of the truth hiding in your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to bring you the kind of lessons no one ever told you, but you always deserve to know.